Band Camp is a week-long event in August that has been running for over 75 years. The bands take several buses over to Interlochen Fine Arts Camp, where the students engage in a variety of activities, such as cabin bonding, learning music, and the basics of marching.
What is your role as a future DM?
DM stands for drum major, so basically as a future drum major, I'll be the person who's like leading the marching bands. I'll give voice commands, and I'll be the one like twirling the baton. And yeah.
Can you share the process of learning marching and teaching it?
Basically, whoever wants to sign up who's in symphony band can, and then all over the summer, they're called drum major candidates, or DMCs. They all train and work together over the summer, and all the past 4 drum majors from previous years come in and they help teach. So it's a really interesting process where people from the past come in and they get to help teach. And they start with like 4 practices a week and then ramp up to every day. And then there's an audition in band camp to pick who will be the drum major. So.
What's one lasting memory you have as a DMC?
One thing I really liked was just like the community. They really encouraged all the candidates to really for it to not be like a competition, but for everyone to be more friends and like a community. So they encourage you to do a lot of activities together. And I think 2 of the ones I like the best is we had this big firework kind of party, all of us together for 4th of July. So I feel like we all got to really know each other. And also we went to the art fair together. So those were 2 really nice experiences.
Each Pioneer band is ranked respectively to the level of music they perform. They are all classified as senior bands. However, Varsity Band is ranked D, Concert Band White, C, Concert Band Purple, B, and Symphony Band, AA. This means Concert Band White reads music similar to an average high school, while Symphony Band reads college-level music.
What is the process of auditioning like?
It's you get your music, your parameters, you try to practice, and you try to audition for another band or another seat, and yeah, you just play the music as well as you can.
How do you feel the difficulty of music reflects your band?
Well, Mr. Leach always likes to pick the coolest pieces of music, which usually end up also being the hardest. So in Symphony Band, we played some pretty hard stuff in my 3 years here. We've played some of the most modern contemporary hard composer pieces. We always have to try to tackle them, which kind of shows the caliber of the expectations of the Symphony Band, is we're always trying to play the hardest stuff. And
what is one of the interesting things you've learned in band?
How to count rests. We have a lot of those. No. I have developed skills to become a better player and person throughout my time in the Pioneer Band program.
What does music mean to you?
I think music affects my personality. It changes how I feel about things. Whenever I listen to music, it alters my personality at the time. Yeah.
Students in Concert Band White and onward are also required to grow their musicianship as an individual. The MSBOA district event lets students perform in front of a judge and receive feedback. After playing their prepared excerpts, they receive a rating between a 1 and a 5, a 1 allowing them to move on to states and a 5 being basically disqualified. 3 is average. This last winter, 98% of Pioneer Band students that participated received a medal, a rating of a 1 or a 2. Only 250 of over 80,000 instrumental music students who participate in states are invited to the Michigan Youth Arts Festival afterward, many of which often come from Pioneer. This spring, Symphony and Jazz Band were able to travel overseas to Italy. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them to be able to play music and share experiences with people normally an ocean away, as well as experience a culture entirely different from American culture. They played in multiple concerts featuring technically challenging music they'd spent all year accumulating. In addition, Concert Band Purple and White will be traveling to Canada at the end of April to play in a concert with roughly 100 members and be conducted under another baton, as well as experience the culture of Toronto, ending it by traveling to Niagara Falls to visit the Horseshoe. These experiences are only available because of the hard work of both the students and the directors, as well as the want to broaden the horizons of the students participating.
What does it take to be a good musician?
Practice. There's one more thing. Oh yeah, practice. The outside of that, just something that you love. I mean, if you love anything, you're going to be good at it. And music's the same way. We're all gifted with ears. We're all gifted with the brain. We're all gifted with that stuff. We all are gifted with rhythm. So all those things come together. It's something we really love, and then we'll pursue it because that's kind of how that works.
What has been your favorite thing about the Pioneer Bands?
Do you have a couple months to talk about that? Yeah. There's not one real favorite thing. I think one of the things that most people don't understand, it's really hanging out with you people. I mean, you watching kids from 9th grade come in as, terrified little children and leaving as young adults. I mean, I think that moment from basically the tail end of your 8th grade year to the tail end of your 12th grade year is so much fun to watch you mature. I mean, midway through your sophomore year, you have no idea who you are. And you try, one day you're Sam, the next day you're Samantha, the day after that you just change who your persona is because you're just trying to figure out who you are. And then by the time you're a senior in high school and you've been accepted to the college of your choice and you figure out your future plans and all this wonderful stuff's kind of unfolding in front of you, do you become this really comfortable adult? It's fun to watch that happen.
If you could tell your students one thing they would remember for the rest of their lives, what would you say?
Live in the moment. If you've been to the hallways, the band room, it's kind of, I think Shakespeare said, smell the roses. All the major religions talk about that. And all about the same time in the world, we all kind of figured out that we should be appreciative of where we are. The grass is greener. That's not true. I mean, where you sit, where you plant, where you live, you make it the best part of who you are. And so if you live in that moment, appreciate the beauty of a sunrise, or watch a bird fly, or you were really successful at an endeavor. The paper you did got an A. You lived in that moment. You appreciated that moment, bad and good. I mean, we learn a lot from both of those parts of our lives. So I think living in that point in time. Yes, you can plan for the future. Yes, you can learn from the past, but make sure you celebrate the time you are where you are.
In jazz band, okay, I'm doing an interview. Okay, wait. Can you edit this bit out? Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Leach. Okay, I'll wait till you pass. So Mr. Leach always picks really hard music, and
5 hours later.
we played some pretty. I'm being interviewed. Stop interrupting me. Ask the question again.
So we're going to start off with a fun question. Do you really do martial arts?
Yes, I teach Jishukan-ryu Jiu-Jitsu. It was founded in Japan, and the person who teaches me Jiu-Jitsu actually studied in Japan when he was in the military during Vietnam. And I have a rank of Nidan, which is second-degree black belt, and Junshidoin, which is a teaching rank.
Music is when you make noises and they're like, doot, 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 and then it sounds good. And then people are like, whoa, that was cool.